You know, they may have one ugly mug. For their price point, these two are absolutely beautiful. Hello, toy fans. I'm here with another one of our toy openings. Today, we're having another Predator compare and contrast. Yes, finally, after all these years and all the bugging that he's done, City Hunter Predator finally gets some appropriate nod off and a little bit of review, along with the new Warrior Hunter from Predator 2 slash, you know, they say Predator 2, it's actually not a Predator 2 figure. It's, okay, let me restate it. Yes, it's a Predator 2 figure here. Yes, it's a Predator 2 figure mold here. However, the coloration is actually kind of a nod back to some old Kenner lore where you had the Night Recon Predator that was blue with silver armor that came out in the Hive Wars during the final last phase of the Aliens and Predator toy lines. So this blue Predator is kind of a nod to that, and not necessarily from the movie. We never got a blue Predator in the movie. This was essentially a comics slash Kenner sort of figure, and so that's kind of what they're emulating here, and I happen to like it. I think it looks great, but we're going to get to look at both of them and kind of compare and contrast, find out really which one's the better. Again, I like the City Hunter Predator a lot. I like Predator 2 a lot, actually. A lot of people give it a hard rap, but it's kind of fun. So, with the City Hunter Predator, we got him here. Box-wise, his box, you know, was more of a black box with the same logoing. There's not a lot of difference except for the background coloring on this. The art on the side is the same. So let's pull City Hunter out for a minute, and let's focus on the new box for the Warrior Hunter Predator for Predator 2. The Hunter weapon accessories, we got them out here. It shows them all within the bubble. Get a nice jungle motif behind them. You get some art here that shows the Predator from the Dark Horse comics, which is very nice. We get to see it's part of the Predator collection. It's a 7-inch fully posable figure. Hey Lanard, we need some 6-inch Marines to go with these aliens and Predators. Hint, hint. But, you know, I digress. It does have posable 24 points of articulation, which is really good for these figures considering that they're coming in. I believe these have gone up at like 1076 versus the 974 with the aliens. So they're a little bit more than the aliens, but just as good. This is a new release. It says it's part of the second series, which is awesome. Let's head to the back. Now, with a lot of these figures, they don't actually have cross-cell art. It's going to be more on the side, and we'll look at that here in a minute. We do see that it's a 7-inch Warrior Hunter battle action figure, and we get all of our thing about the Predators here. Now, we looked at this. It hasn't changed from the last series of boxes that we got. With this one, we got the 25-point posable figure, and it shows the figure here. We get the smart disc, the wrist blades, and the combi stick. Now, the wrist blades don't come out. They're going to be kind of stuck to the figure, so that's something that we got to keep in mind. Combi stick is the spear that he had, and the smart disc has a really cool play feature that if you were looking at the City Hunter Predator, you probably already figured that out. Now, on the side is where you have the cross-cell art. We've looked at the Falconer already. We're looking at the Warrior Hunter. The Jungle Hunter is the other one that has come out, and this is one that I have missed multiple times. I believe one of the big things about this figure that everybody wants on this is that his mask is removable, exposing his Predator head, and that's something that a lot of people are after. So this is one that I have definitely been looking for because I want him with my cloaked Jungle Hunter Predator. Now that's the Warrior Hunter Predator in box, and of course we also have our City Hunter Predator over here next. Well, he's about to come out next to him. We need to get this one out and get to hunting. And this, of course, is the City Hunter Predator and Warrior Hunter Predator out of package, and they look incredible. Yes, they are the same figure technically. Yes, the parts are the same, including the accessories. The molds are the same, and some of the color use is even the same. However, there is a little bit of a difference of a color scheme that separates one from the other. So again, getting to reuse those parts, a little bit of difference in paint app, and you're able to put yourself another Predator out there. Now, the City Hunter Predator, which was the original from Wave 1, of course, has all the same features. He's got, the ball jointed head, which is hindered a little bit by those dreads. You do have that ball hinged laser blaster. You've got this is a ball jointed ball hinged shoulder, and it does have some limitations due to that shoulder pauldron. The ball hinged elbows. The swivel ball jointed wrist, but it don't really allow, it's just a swivel. You have that ball jointed torso here. Ball hinged shoulder on this side, and it goes up a little bit more than the other. You get the ball jointed wrist here, along with the ball jointed swivel for the hand. You have a ball joint for the leg, and that allows the leg to really move and play. You have a hinged knee, and then kind of a ball jointed foot that allows for a little bit of rocking there. Now, things that this figure has that makes it really cool. So it's got, of course, its iconic spear, and we all remember this from the poster of Predator 2. He has his, of course, the new style laser cannon. You have his wrist blades, which are attached. But then also on the side, you've got this really cool piece where they've basically taken his smart disc and they've made a saddle that's sculpted into his legs that allows him to take it out when he needs. And then you could just set that on his thumb and he can battle with his smart disc, throw it, etc. Or if we ever get a hand again, he can shove it in his chest and kill the Predator that way. Or cut off his arm. That's a pretty cool thing that we got here. Now, if you remember on the Jungle Hunter Predator, we had that, it was like a little spear thing that kind of hewed up and you threw it. That also belongs to City Hunter Predator. However, they wanted to give him, since he has a spear, he has a smart disc, they gave the spear over to another Predator in order to, I guess, even them out. Now, this Predator does have that soft goods plastic here that allows for movement, which is nice. However, the shoulder pauldrons are heavier plastic, and they do hinder some of the articulation. Now, let's compare these two, because there's a few things that I think are super similar to the point that it's almost confusing. Now, one of the things I do like looking at the two is that there's a paint app difference between his shoulders and his. He's got more of the silver, he's got more of a graphite, which I like. The stem for this is that silver, but then their cannons themselves are two different colors, which I also dig. Helmets are the same mold, but this one has a different coloration than this one, which I also like. Same with the coloration of the torso, etc. Now, his brown is going to be a little bit different color brown, and it's really hard to see. But his is a little bit lighter brown than his. His is a little more subdued, a little more darker brown, whereas Warrior Hunter Predators is a little bit lighter and works well against that blue. Now, here's the problem and a major issue. His spear is the same coloration as this spear. And it was one of those I was trying to distinguish between the two. There might be a little bit of a difference in tone of that silver, but for the most part, they are the same exact silver. And the same thing with the smart disc. They're also pretty much identical. This is one of those where I kind of look at the moment and I was like, it might have been nice, even though that the Warrior Hunter Predator, the Recon Predator from the Hive Wars set with Kenner, had the silver spear and then the silvering mask and all that. It might have been actually kind of interesting to either make this darker or maybe even make it more of a bronze tone. And the same with the disc, make it bronze, make it something that looks a little bit different than what we got with our City Hunter Predator. Or possibly even mix up the legs. We could have got maybe these legs could have been a reuse of the Jungle Hunter Predator's legs, so that way we wouldn't have a smart disc, and maybe we got the spear instead. But we got the same thing as our City Hunter Predator. Now, I'm not necessarily complaining about it. I like that he has the spear and the smart disc, because I think both of them are really, really awesome looking parts. I think my concern is that with the parts being the exact same color, down the road it's going to be very easy to have those parts mixed up. And granted, it might make it easy because it's like, hey, I have a City Hunter Predator, well, he's missing a spear. You know what? I'll just buy a Warrior Hunter because there's a bunch of them, and I'll take that spear and put it in there. It makes that sort of appeal of having the same color spear and even disc almost feel a little bit like a cop-out, whereas I think that a bronze coloring, maybe even have it in the darker graphite color that, you know, the City Hunter Predator's gauntlets and stuff are made out of, might have actually made it stand out and be a little bit different. And I would have liked to have seen those particular parts actually look a little bit different from one another. However, as it stands, this is what we have, and I'm okay with it. Again, for the price point that we're getting these at, they're absolutely amazing. Now, as far as I'm concerned, for what we're getting with the Predators and the price point of about $10, both of which are absolutely amazing. The City Hunter Predator, in my opinion, is a must-have for pretty much any Predator fan, because there's a lot of accuracy to him that really looks good. He looks the part, he's got the weapons, and I mean, if you like Predator 2, he's kind of a must. I could definitely see some fans doing some paint apps on him to make him look even more the part, or to really make him stand out, because the sculpting on him is downright beautiful. If you happen to be a big fan of the Kenner run of Predators, which I am, you know, it's nice having the Warrior Hunter Predator, because it's a nice little nod to the very end of the Kenner line with the Hive War stuff. So for me, I'm even more excited about having the blue one in my collection as I am the City Hunter Predator, because I dig them both. Now, that's all I gotta say about the City Hunter Predator and the Warrior Hunter Predator. Remember, they're not dolls. In this case, they're action figures. Action figures that make clicking noises. When I'm not recording videos here on YouTube, I'm actually over on a podcast on marvindogmedia.com called Talking Toys with Taylor and Jeff. It's a really cool toy podcast. Be sure to check it out. Also, I need your help getting my YouTube channel to grow. Be sure to subscribe down below with that big red button. Hit that bell for notifications so you can be alerted of anything that comes from me to you. Like this video, it helps YouTube know that you like what I'm making, and comment down below. I like chatting with you all.